Hey everybody, welcome to a joint venture with War Stories and the War Stories Locker Room podcast. I'm Matthew.
I'm Chuck.
And we're joined with Nick from the future down in Australia. And we're going to go over, we're going to start going through some of the treats that you sent us and doing a little tasting as you kind of walk us through and get your reaction and whatnot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I already ate dinner, so this is kind of like dessert, but
oh yeah, I got to eat one more time tonight. Two actually, but
all right.
Vegemite cheese thing. Ooh.
Yeah. So, okay. So I think Nick, we're going to save the minties for the end, you know, to kind of, that'll be like
cleanse your palate.
Cleanse the palate. But everybody, we have Nick was gracious enough to send us a care package that included some crocodile jerky.
That's
what's up?
Oh yeah, that's that's from a local place from where I live. Humpty Doozer down the road is the suburb or town you want to call it. There.
Nice. And then we have some Vegemite and cheese crackers. You call them crackers or crisps?
They're biscuits. Really?
Biscuits. That's right. Biscuits. Okay.
Biscuits.
Language.
See, it says biscuits right there.
Oh, no shit. Look at that. Biscuits. I thought biscuits were cookies. No?
Yeah, I thought they were cookies too. Like you eat them for breakfast and stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, because then you got those Anzac biscuits and they're biscuits as well.
These are the Anzac biscuits and these are biscuits as well. So what would a cookie be? Like a chocolate chip cookie? What would you call that?
Yeah, we call them cookies. Some people, like my dad, he's real old fashioned and doesn't like to be Americanized, so he'll call them a biscuit. He's like, no, it's a bloody biscuit, but I'll call them a cookie.
Okay.
I'll admit that's a fucking cookie, you know.
All right. And then I found an American company over in the Midwest that sells a bunch of different jerkies of all different other animals. And I went ahead and got some kangaroo jerky.
Yeah, right. Is that like kind of moist or is it dry? Can you tell? We'll find out, I guess.
I mean, it's like vacuum sealed, so I guess we're gonna find out when we crack it open. But it feels kind of moist.
It looks like it's sticky.
Yeah, looks like it's sticky.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be in for a few treats here. All right. So what should we start with first? What do you think, Nick?
I reckon. Oh, give the Vegemite ones a go if you wanna.
All right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous.
Have you ever had Vegemite?
I've had Vegemite.
Okay.
It's very salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the problem is like people get told like when they eat Vegemite, you only put like a tiny bit on your sandwich or your toast, and a lot of people and some Americans and some other people, like they get like a fucking spoonful, and then that's just not how you eat it because it would taste so bad.
That's what my dad told me to do.
So there's a hit gym that I used to go to when I was able to, and then COVID shut them down, and now I'm kind of nursing a shoulder injury. But it's owned by this guy who is a national rugby player over in your neck of the woods, a guy by the name of Luke Milton, and he owns this company called Training Mate, and so it's all he basically imports all his trainers from Australia, so he brings them all over. So they'll do little after workout parties and whatnot, especially on Australia Day, and then they had some toast with Vegemite, and there was a lot of people didn't like it, but he did it the right way. He just barely smear it on there it was put a little butter on the toast and then just like smear the Vegemite on. Wow, this has a strong cheese smell.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't know if you guys call them grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
We put Vegemite on those, so cheese and Vegemite, and they taste so good.
No kidding. So what don't you put Vegemite on?
I don't know. I mean, I can cook with it as well. Like I put in some chicken. I can make a weird. Like it's salty, you know. Like it's pretty good to be. I guess you can cook it with like meat. But yeah, it's definitely not a dessert. Like they're pretty. I guess yeah, you wouldn't have anything sweet with it. That's for sure.
All right.
It's like super high in sodium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
So it looks like I got one in the shape of Australia. It looks like, right?
Yeah, you got it upside down there.
Yeah, here we go.
It looks like a duck or something.
All right.
Chicken.
All right. Well, cheers. Here we go.
It's like ASMR, right?
Yeah.
Crunching into the microphone.
Right. Okay.
You know the
That's actually really good.
Yeah, they're really good.
So Vegemite is what I'm told comes from it's a yeast extract from beer barrels.
Okay.
And quite literally in like ration packs, our ration packs are for our military, it's not called Vegemite, it's called yeast extract, and it's the exact same shit. But apparently, I could be wrong, but like it comes they pull out of the VB barrels. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. So yeah, it's the leftover shit in the barrels from beers. So they brew the beer, take the beer out, and they go. And some guy was like, "Fuck, oh, that tastes good. I might put on a bit of bread," and that's how it come about.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, waste not, want not, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
And I've tried to no success to find VB beer stateside. That's a hard one, even with all these posh little import alcohol companies that are around. I figured in LA I should be able to find it, but
well, it's definitely not a posh beer, that's for sure. And I know you guys got a few Australian listeners to the podcast,
right.
And I'll probably cop some flack because it's not a very popular beer. It's kind of like how you guys have PBR, and it's more of like we call them bogans, but you guys might call them rednecks. Like
okay,
it's
yep.
the lesser end of society's taste. I don't know, I just like it, but no. But yeah, you might get a lot of people that are sort of will say it's shit beer, or that's just an opinion, I guess.
Okay, so speaking of shit beer, I've heard from a couple of my Australian friends that Foster's is not a good representation.
Oh fuck no. So they, I think it's like the slogan's Foster is Australian for beer, but like
right.
It's I mean any beers, any cold beer and it's free, it's good, so you can't knock it, but no one drinks it over here. Like if you go to a pub, you'll be hard pressed to get it behind a bar. Like it's I don't know why it's said it's Australian beer, because like no one fucking drinks it over here.
Oh wow. Wild. All right, so I didn't really taste any Vegemite in those, really.
No, it tastes like
right?
Cheez-It.
It's like like Cheez-Its,
like a baked Cheez-It.
Yeah, but they're good.
They're very good.
Oh,
very good. Very good.
Go more.
Yeah, actually. Why not? Try not to crunch in the microphone this time.
So what do you guys speaking of beer, but like how I said, like our exported beer is Foster's. What do you guys say? Because we over here we get like the Budweiser, Miller's, I think that's about it for American and PBR. But like, what do you guys like? What's standard beer over there?
Pabst is probably, out of those three that you get, is probably the best beer that you would get. I don't like Miller, and I don't like Budweiser. I like what they do, and I like the stuff they do for like military vets and stuff like that. But right. I don't care for the taste of their beer.
Yeah.
But that's probably because I grew up, my dad always just tell me like, oh, you drink Budweiser, you're an alcoholic. I was like, okay. So, but I like Coors Light. I mean, that to me, that's a good, like cheap end beer.
Yeah. I actually like Coors Light. Fuck. I was seeing the Sheila, actually, she was from California. And she told me that how you guys call it light beer, it's because it's a light beer because it's low in calories, not necessarily alcohol content. Is that correct? Or,
yeah.
Yeah. Whereas we call a light beer the amount of alcohol it has, and a heavy beer how much alcohol it has. So we don't.
Okay, so that VB that you're drinking, what's the percentage on that?
I believe it's 4.9.
Okay.
Or 4.9%. So this has like in Australia we have. It tells you how many standard drinks this is, and so this is a 1.4 standard drinks. Yeah, Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and see, I lean more towards the darker beers. Like I'm a stout and a porter kind of guy.
Yeah, I fucking love Guinness. Like that's but apparently the further away you get from Ireland, the shitter it gets. So,
right.
I'm pretty far from Ireland.
Irish car bombs are good.
Irish car bombs are good. Very that is good. True. Yep.
Yeah.
And then Murphy's Stout is another good. I like it better than Guinness. It's actually darker than Guinness.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And then there's always some of the porters that I'll get are like upwards to 10-11%.
Those are good.
So you have a couple of those and you're feeling right.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
There's a place where I live. It's a little brewery called Lucky Luke, and they have an oatmeal stout. Now it's only like 5.9%, but I gotta tell you, you drink 3 of those in their bar. For some reason, you drink 3 of them in their, I guess in their brewery, and you drink it within an hour. You're feeling it pretty hard, but I guess most people out here would be like, oh, you should say IPA. I'm not a big IPA guy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I call them fancy beers. Like they all the weird tastes and like there's some are sweet. And I don't like that because like I associate beer with like especially like finish like knock off work or whatever, a hard day in the sun, and they're so like refreshing. And then I just don't like refreshing myself with a sweet drink, especially when it's a beer. But I guess that's just opinion and taste. But speaking of beer, again, Chuck, you would know. What's the blood alcohol limit for like all driving over there?
Oh,
like,
we all know that.
Oh, sure, I guess so.
0.08.
What fuck, man? See, I live in Darwin, Northern Territory, and ours used to be 0.08, yeah. And then the rest of Australia was always 0.05. And then for some reason, like our fucking government up here was like, nah, we're going to appeal to all the Southerners, we call them Southerners, and like change our law. So we went down to 0.05. Shits me, man. Like what's
like
the difference?
Beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I want to say it's like, I don't have my book on me, but I think it's like within an hour, if you have 2 drinks, that could put you at the 0.08 limit, maybe close to 3. It depends on the alcohol content. But let's say, you have 2 mixed drinks within an hour, you go get behind the car and you hit a DUI checkpoint right away, you might blow a 0.08 and then later blow like a 0.06. And then they'd be like, oh, crap. And then they might let you go. But yeah, you hit that 0.08 regardless of how you feel really quick.
Oh, right. Yeah.
0.05, shit, that's like 1 beer. And if you, depending on the alcohol content, could put you over.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like, it's fucking silly, but oh well.
When I grew up in LA and I moved out to Phoenix in Arizona I lived out there for about 11 or 12 years. And when I was out there, I had made friends with some cops, and the state cops, the DPS, Department of Public Safety, they're like the state cops out there. They were doing some training with some of the new hires, and they needed volunteers to sit there, and you gave you a little card and they give you drinks at a certain time. And you sat there and were playing cards and eating nachos, and then they'd mark down your drinks, and then and then every hour or whatever, we were there for like 6 hours.
Because you were lit.
Oh man, you'd go and you'd blow into you do a breathalyzer test, and they'd ask you, and they wouldn't tell you what you were blowing, but they say, would you get behind the wheel right now? And then at the end, they had some people that didn't drink at all, and then some of us that were pretty smashed. And they brought a lot of the new officers in to do a field sobriety test on us, and they had to decide if we were drunk or not. So it was great training. I passed. They thought that I was, because they make everybody, even the ones that weren't drinking, swish a little alcohol in your mouth. So we all had alcohol on our breath.
All right.
I passed with two of the cops, and then 2 of the other ones said no, that I was probably impaired, but I was zonked.
I would tell you this right now. If I was doing that training, there's one test that it's as long as you know what to look for, You can't beat it no matter what you try.
Well, they told me at the beginning, because at the beginning they looked and they said I have a natural
nystagmus.
A natural nystagmus when
your eyes constantly bounce.
Yeah. So even I was stone cold sober, and they were doing the whole finger thing, and he goes, "Oh, you have a natural, what's it called? Nystagmus, where I guess your eyes kind of bounce a little bit, and that's what they're looking for when they're doing the whole."
So it's called horizontal gaze nystagmus. Basically, you start off in the center, you go left, you go right, and then as you go left, you take it as far as the eyes can deviate without your head turning. So it's basically the point of where your eyes can no longer keep going. And once you get to that point, you just hold it. And you can tell, like, their eyes will be pinned out and you'll be like, okay, it's not going anymore. So you just hold it. And their eyes just start to bounce like a ball. And the drunker you are, the more it bounces.
Oh, okay.
And then you bring it back, and then it's called lack of convergence. So you come and you go towards their nose, so their eyes can go cross-eyed. So they're constantly following your finger. And as you come towards the nose, their eyes will either converge or they won't. And if you're sober, they naturally start to converge. But if you're drunk, they're not going to go. Like you'll come in and be like, no, you're like, all right. And it's weird. You're like, oh, well, that can't tell. But once you have done enough like standardized field sobriety test on a bunch of drunk people, it's like night and day difference between a normal sober person and a not sober person.
Wow. Yeah. I just remember the cop telling me that he goes, yeah, if you ever get pulled over, tell the officer that you have a natural. I go, like, that's gonna work. Like, really? Like, those are gonna be the first words about, no, I have a natural nystagmus. And it's like, no.
Did they do like a walk and turn and stuff, and like all that stuff, and like the one-legged stand and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
And you passed?
I passed everything with two of the cops, and I was lit.
That's pretty.
I was lit, and he goes, and they asked me, like, after the second hour, would you get behind the wheel and drive? And I said no, because I know how much I've had to drink, and I know legally I'm over the limit, but I could drive, but I know I wouldn't.
Like, so do you guys, like, you're saying, like, you're doing the field sobriety test, like, do you actually do that at work, or like, do you guys here, because they just put like on the breathalyzer straight away, pull you over? No. First thing they do is
so we have so different agencies are all different. And an agency that I work for, there's things called a PAS device, but you have to be trained in it. So you can call an officer who's trained in it, because we're not all trained in it, and you can use that. But it's not like the only thing that can tell if the person's drunk, because even if you use that, you have to do the standardized field sobriety test, or at least attempt it. The person can refuse and you write refuse on it, but you have to start with the standardized field sobriety test, unless you're in like a not really well lit area with uneven ground and it's all jacked up. Then as long as you can determine, like, you can see the flush skin, you can see the bloodshot watery eyes, you can smell the odor of alcohol, you make the determination, like, okay, that, my opinion is this person is under the influence of an intoxicant, and due to the ground, I'm going to transport this person's back to the station, or you can do it in the field. But then you have to do an SFST, which is a standardized field sobriety test. And you have to run through the whole thing on a sheet by the numbers. And then from there, once you make formulate your opinion that this person is under the influence of an intoxicant, you take them back to the station or to the jail or wherever you're going to go, and you have them blow on a breathalyzer, so to speak. But it's a calibrated one. It's called ECIR, and it's a big machine, and you have to run a couple tests on it to purge the system. And then you have to blow, and you have to blow in a steady stream of air out of your mouth without any gaps, and get it. I've seen, man, some people just cannot blow, but yeah, you don't just hop on that right away, because you have to formulate the opinion that person is under the influence to then get them to take them to the station. Even if you have a PAS device out in the field, you still have to formulate that opinion, at least for my agency. Other agencies might be different. I don't know. I don't know other agency stuff.
Just here, like, just makes here sound like fucking like Nazi Germany. Like, first thing they pull you over for whatever you're doing, like speeding, run a red light. First thing they do is just put the thing in the window and go, steady breath, and it's, even if you haven't been drinking, they don't, like, they just do it to cover their ass. So, yeah, that's wild. I didn't like, because I know, like, you see it in movies and stuff, but I just didn't realize there's an actual thing where they, you walk on the line, or you touch your nose, or because I've never done one here because I know how to do it. I guess that's
well, yeah. If they make
cool.
you hit the breathalyzer right away, there's really no reason to.
Yeah,
do
true.
That. Yeah.
Even when they do checkpoints out here, they'll bring a machine in the trailer, but they'll still make you do the SFST first. And if you can't do it, like it's unsafe, like, or you have a medical problem, they'll just put you on the machine. Or if you refuse and you write refuse, then you go blow on the machine. Or if you can't and it's unsafe, then they just put you on the machine. But that's in those circumstances, and it'd be the same if you're out in the field, they just take you back to the station. But when they're doing like checkpoints, there's just the machine already there. But they don't, we don't just pull it. Blow. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I guess you guys, like you said, you do have a heap of different like I guess you call them agencies or departments. Like for like that's, to me, that's also trippy as, because we just have the Northern Territory Police Force and the Australian Federal Police, and then that's it. Like we don't have different counties or it's just always the same force. It's we do have, technically they call them Aboriginal community police officers, which are kind of like, I think you guys have in certain, like, I might use the wrong word here, but like the Native American like police, like they have their own special police,
the tribal police departments, that sort
of thing. But they're still police officers, but they specialize in the communities, like where the cultural differences are that diverse and different, I guess. But either way,
interesting.
But yeah, and you guys, like you said, I think you said take someone to jail, or like jail and prison are different there, right? Like we just
right
because we just have prisons or drunk tank at the cop shop, but like my parents are prison officers, but they call it the jail or the prison. Like it's just the same word. I think it means here, like really. Like actually, Dad, I was trying to talk to Tom about I don't know if you guys consider prison officers like for war stories, because my dad's been doing it for like 20 years now, I think, and he's got plenty of stories.
Well, I can answer that question for you. Correction officers, prison officers, whatever you want to call it, whatever part of the world that you're in, they're sworn, and we would take them on the show hands down, no questions asked. They want to come on and share their story, because I honestly, look, I've been talking to a corrections officer on Instagram for a while now. He's a listener, and he's a fan, and he's even asked to come on the show. I was like, sure, man, like if you want to. He said okay, and he's dealt with a lot of stuff in the correctional world, and honestly, they have a really tough job, and they're still sworn. They're sworn employees of the corrections, and they deal with some really vile and nasty people on a daily basis in close quarters. I mean, the shit that some of those guys have been through in the fights, ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I was on the other side of that because I was in prison for 2.5 years, so I've seen what they've had to put up with, and I was relatively a good boy, but no, for sure, that's definitely you'll have to hit Chuck up with an email. Booking.warstories.
Booking.warstories@gmail. If you forget, it's okay. Go on the Instagram, just DM me.
Yep.
I'll get it, and then I'll just shoot you over the email, and then you just click it and copy and paste it, do whatever you got to do, and then just put it in your email.
Yeah. I'd have to be like the middleman, but because my dad's fucking 67 now. Shit. And he's technology. He doesn't know anything. Like I'd have to set it all up for him, like Zoom and everything or whatever. Or
that's fine.
That's cool. But
all right. Well, we got more stuff to eat, Chuck.
Awesome.
What are we thinking next? So we had the Vegemite shapes, Vegemite and cheese.
Those were good.
I
was actually nervous about them. They were pretty good.
Yeah, I was expecting more of a Vegemite taste to it.
Yeah, and I was kind of let down.
I almost went up to the store on the corner. There's this market called Erewhon, and they have Vegemite. They have all that stuff, and I was going to get some.
That'd have been interesting. I would have probably vomited. Last time I had it, I was a kid, and my dad was like, "Here, have this spoonful." The Australians eat like jelly or peanut butter or something, and I was like, "All right." I was like, "No, it's not peanut butter. It's not jelly. It's super salty."
Okay, so now we have a choice between the two jerkies.
Let's do a jerky and then a biscuit
and then another jerky. All right. So let's turn to this crocodile jerky.
Yeah, I was about to say,
yep.
It's hot. So
it's hot.
Yeah,
peri peri.
Oh, it says Crock and Hot.
Crock and Hot.
Yeah, peri.
Oh, that won't be that odd.
I'm really white when it comes to hot stuff.
Yeah, right.
Crock and Hot. Jump on the barbie.
So I like I like the. I think that's.
We're gonna circle back to that. We're gonna circle. Hold on, Nick. So
okay.
So Chuck just tossed out the pinnacle of stereotypical quotes from Australia.
From Dukes of Hazzard.
from everything, with the whole throw a shrimp on the Barbie. Has anyone in Australia actually ever said that, to your knowledge?
Well, no, because we don't call them shrimp. We call them prawns.
Prawns, all right.
Yeah.
Throw another prawn on the Barbie, mate.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess, but we wouldn't say throw a prawn on the Barbie. Like, I mean, like, it seems like barbecuing prawns just doesn't. Barbecuing any sort of seafood doesn't seem very flavorful to me. Really, I think it'd be burnt.
This smells good.
Oh yeah. Have you never barbecued or like grilled seafood or crustacean?
Nah, man. Like we normally
Oh shit.
I'm actually I found out recently I got an allergy to crab. Just crab, not lobsters or bugs or anything. But I can eat prawns. But I don't know. I normally just cook it on the stove, sort of thing.
I gotta introduce you to a whole world of cooking.
There you go.
I'm an amateur chef.
Amateur chef.
Yeah.
Aren't we all amateur chefs?
Crocodile.
That's fucking hard.
Is it hard?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's hard.
She said. So look, I wanted to pick it up.
It's not spicy, is it? Or
it's a little spicy, but not.
Tastes lizardy.
Yeah. Have you guys had alligator before? Or
I've had alligator.
Yeah.
And I've had snake.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like if like chicken and fish meat fucking somehow got together. It's like a weird texture, but
yeah, that's a good analogy. That's yeah.
I like it.
I like it too. This is good.
We can't actually. I don't know about what your laws are, but we can't legally kill crocodiles up here, which is kind of annoying because I don't know. Sometimes you're fishing and there's a small one there, you could kill it and eat it, but yeah, I know what your hunting laws are like there. I don't know if you guys are just.
You can kill alligator. You got to get a tag. You can kill a shit ton of them.
Yeah, right. Because it used to be like in like the 70s or 80s up here, like you could kill almost like people were just culling crocodiles because there were so many of them up here, and the population was so small, but people were just getting killed. So they put out like a not like a open slather, but like people would just go and kill crocodiles. But then their numbers went right down, so you can't do that anymore, which is shit house.
Oh.
But
well, I'm a fan of the crocodile jerky.
It's got a lot of protein in it.
Oh yeah,
just 5 pieces. There's 16.7 grams of protein.
Holy crap!
Oh
damn, that lizard's got a lot of protein.
Pure protein. All right, so now we're moving on to the Anzac biscuits.
Yeah, no, they're really good.
Like, is a really cool story behind these. Were you with us when we got this? Were you with us on that episode when we opened this? Okay, sorry, I'm having head issues. So the story behind this is really cool with the so World War I, right?
Yeah, so that's where the Anzac, because the Anzac stands for Australian New Zealand Army Corps. Or Corps.
That makes fucking sense. I didn't even put that together.
Because we were fighting for the Queen, sort of thing. But our numbers are that small that they just compiled Aussies and Kiwis together, and that's how they got Anzacs. Anzac, yeah.
So now the term Kiwi is for the New Zealanders, right?
Yes.
Now is that like a derogatory term, or do they not like that, or they like it? It's okay.
Oh yeah, they're Kiwis, and it's not derogatory at all.
Okay, I didn't know because there's
it's pretty much like how you call us Aussies, or it's just they're Kiwis.
Okay.
There are derogatory words from them, but obviously I don't use them, and I don't want to say them because I've got mates that are
right
of that. But I've never actually thought of that like that, because it is a name, but I guess it'd be like calling us like a fucking kangaroos or something, like something.
They're a fruit.
I just found out that kangaroos are really good swimmers.
What?
Yeah.
They're good boxers. They're not good swimmers.
You know why they call Kiwi, but we call them Kiwis, right? Because they got the Kiwi bird.
The Kiwi birds, yeah.
That makes sense. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I only recently learned that kiwi fruit isn't actually from New Zealand. It's just got its name because it looks like a little kiwi bird. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I knew that the term kiwis because of the kiwi birds, those little fuckers with the long pointy beaks.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Anzac biscuits. Here we go.
So.
Hard.
They're good with like
oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
With vanilla.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They're good with the coffee or
coconut.
Yeah, is there coconut in here too?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh.
This is great. So you dunk these in your coffee?
Yeah, coffee or tea or whatever.
Okay.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah, these are really good. I don't know if Marco and Thomas are going to get any of these.
I'd kill that whole thing.
Yeah.
Here we are.
How many?
I'd dip it in my whiskey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, there's tradition on so I don't know, I forgive my ignorance of your holidays, like you got Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and but on Anzac Day, which is our it comes from Anzac Day, but like the First World War, but it kind of remembers all past and present sort of serving members. Sorry. And there's a tradition on Anzac Day where we put rum in our coffee in the morning. Like, because it's like we call it a dawn service. I don't know if what you guys do for your, and it's like first thing in the morning. I usually
call that like Tuesday morning.
Right,
yeah. With the whiskey.
So yeah, I think it would go well with whiskey. It goes well with rum and coffee. So that yeah. But I remember like those. If you get them in the sun, they get a bit softer. Those Anzac biscuits, because I used to take them to school as a kid. And your lunchbox is out in the sun all day, and your fucking hot fucking sandwich, but the biscuits are nice and soft. So,
well, these are good. I'm a fan of these.
Those are really good.
I was skeptical. There's more coconut flavor in it than I thought there was going to be. It's really good.
I'm tasting it a lot.
Yeah. Cool. We're gonna revisit these too. All right, this is the one I've been waiting for.
Yeah, is that flavored or is it just pure fucking?
Just regular old kangaroo jerky. There's no.
It probably has sugar on it.
Ingredients: kangaroo, made from solid strips of kangaroo, and soy sauce, brown sugar, and natural flavorings and salt.
Be like a teriyaki flavor.
Yeah,
it must be.
So
because kangaroo meat's very very.
Is it gamey?
Strong. Yeah, have you had venison?
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like venison, but more gamey.
Oh wow! I think elk is a little more gamier than venison, in my opinion. I like elk.
We use
go ahead.
So we use like kangaroo sometimes because you can buy it here either steaks or minced up, or we call ground mince or ground beef or ground kangaroo, and it's really good in spaghetti because I know. We make our spaghetti over here a bit more salty than you guys would, I think. Like you guys, I don't know, not to generalize Americans, but do you put sugar in your spaghetti bolognese?
Yeah, like in the sauce, like the red sauce.
Yeah.
You put a little sugar in that. Italian grandma taught me that.
There's 3 different sauces. There's marinara, a pomodoro, and a bolognese. Bolognese is meat. Pomodoro is like just like chunked tomato, like fine, and then marinara is just. Everything's fucking blended, and it's like you'd put like almost like on a pizza.
This is oily as shit. I'm gonna try to hold it up to the. I mean, you can see it's glistening.
So it's gonna be nice and soft.
Yeah. All right.
At least there won't be any fat on it because the kangaroo is very lean meat, and the worst part about getting a bit of jerky that's got fucking fat on it, I hate it.
But anyway. A little bit bigger piece. All right, here we. This is it's like black.
It's like almost looks like black tar.
It smells really gamey.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just like beef.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, this is good.
Yeah.
That's good then.
How would we know it was really kangaroo though? These people could totally just be screwing with us.
No, like we've had kangaroo.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. No, you know what? On the back end, there is that kind of gamey.
No, you just get a piece and drop it on the floor, and if it bounces, it must be kangaroo, right?
It almost tastes a little fishy on the back end. Are you catching that too, or no? Almost like a smoked fish, almost.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is good though. This is good. I'm a fan of the kangaroo.
It's a. So can you buy actually kangaroo like meat over there, or it's kind of hard to come by?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't looked, but
you'd probably have to get it imported.
Oh yeah. Oh, wow.
Because you can get iguana meat and stuff over here.
Yeah, I mean, this was 3 ounces of this jerky, and it was like $20.
It's gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna just quickly convert to the metric. Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I taste like a little.
What is what's ounces to
85 grams. So, and you said $20, but that's $20 American. Fuck, that's pricey.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, wow.
Fuck.
But I mean, it's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if it's good, it's worth it. So that's
yeah. But if they're shilling kangaroo jerky at 3 ounces / 85 grams for $20, I can only imagine what a steak would be of it.
Well, how many grams is that crocodile one?
That is, where's the crocodile?
Here. It's 100 grams.
All right, I think that was 26 bucks.
Yeah, I think no matter where you are in the world, if you're not eating beef, chicken, or some sort of local fish, that's if you're not eating anything that's like deliberately farm raised to feed people, you're gonna pay more.
Yeah. Any of the wild game, you're gonna pay a lot of money for it out here.
Yeah, definitely.
Because someone had to go and shoot it.
Right.
Yeah.
So these minties now, these are it's moments like these you need minties.
Yeah, on the wrappers, like so each individual one will have like a little weird comic fucking situation going on when you open it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Well, they used to anyway, hopefully.
I'm digging that crocodile.
Yeah, no, the crocodile's really good. So there's a comic on it. So what was the what was it? Not Hubba Bubba.
I was just thinking about it.
What was the little it was like a nickel per piece of the gum, and you'd open it up and had a little comic like inside.
Was it Bazooka?
Bazooka, yep.
I got a piece of Bazooka at the house right now.
With Bazooka Joe. Okay, so minty.
Is there something on there or?
No.
God, my fucking eyes! I swear to God. It looks like there's some people. Do we have the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing.
Egg. I mean.
Yeah, there's no.
A cat going meow.
Sorry,
like cat on yours?
There's a cat going meow. You got it too.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta look real close.
Sorry, I didn't mean to lie to you like that. They must have changed the wrapper, but the Aussies will know what I'm talking about because for years, like you'd be little situations that, like they said, for moments like these, it's just a, oh well, bugger.
Well, I mean, there is a cartoonish.
It's a little cartoon,
picture.
yeah. It's
no, but they were different. Like each
one was different. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, unless what are the odds that we grab the same? Oh yeah, there's a different one.
You're not a liar.
Yep. No, there. So I just happened to pull the first 2 out of the bag, had the same wrapper.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't even read what that says.
May contain egg.
Oh, gotcha. I told you I didn't get my eyes checked, man.
Fucking hell.
I wear glasses too.
I'm about to have to for the first time ever. Okay, minties. You chew these or suck these?
He's chew them.
Yeah.
Chew these or suck these.
Fuck.
So it's like taffy.
Yeah. Believe me, I got a seriously messed up mind. So I constantly hear these things.
I can appreciate that. That's fucking.
Yeah.
It's just like
so
taffy.
This is taffy, right?
I'd say so. I don't, like I've never actually had taffy, but
Well, like I said, there's we have the whole language barrier, not barrier, but just there's a different like elevator, lift.
Different things are said differently over there.
Yeah,
same things said differently in two different spots, but.
Well, shit, Nick, this was fun. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna put together a care package to send back to you.
Oh yeah, cheers.
Because I have I kept the box, so I have your return address. And thank you so much for the flag. This is amazing.
Yeah, man. That's obviously the real reason why I sent it over, because I just figured that should come home. Yeah, I got my mate who's in the army to actually help me fold it. I had to Google it and how you guys fold it, and he folded that for you. And speaking of the just before we go, I have a dilemma, right, about flags. So there's a local school. I don't know how you guys do it, but our schools have the flags out the front of the school.
Yep.
Well, anyway, I drove past the school, and I noticed that the flags weren't in the correct order. I don't know how you guys do it, but in Australia, if all the flag poles are the same height, the Australian flag has to go on the left. So it's the first, and then it goes down the importance. So state flag or whatever. Anyway, I called up the school and just informed them politely and said, "Oh, you guys got the flag wrong, because the Australian flag was in the center." And maybe they just thought that's where it goes. But that's fair enough. And I kind of told them how it should be. And she was, she thanked me and said, "Oh, thank you, no worries, we'll sort it out." And then a week later, I drove past and it was still like that. Now, do I call up? And obviously I'm not going to be a prick about it. But how would you go about that? Because like it's kind of shits me off that like it's maybe they're too busy to change it, because they leave the flags up overnight, which is kind of shitty. But maybe they're just too busy to change the flags. Should I offer and go, "I'll come in one day and change the flags for your aunt, change your aunt for you," or I don't get involved? I don't know. It's just, it seems petty, but at the same time, to me, it seems disrespectful.
You have pride. You're prideful. So
yeah, I mean, my whole thing is, when someone does that, I think it's better that you just not fly the flag than to constantly fly it incorrectly.
Yeah.
So you've already, corrected them and told them how it should be, and they haven't fixed it. So yeah, if you're up for just going and doing it, I mean, that's the old adage, you want to get something done, do it yourself. That would be one way of doing it. But that's kind of and is this like a state or city run school? It's not like a private school. It's
a Christian school, so I think it might be private.
Oh, okay. Some people, everybody has a different relationship, I think, with the flag of their country, and those of us that served under it, look at it quite differently than others that see it just as a piece of cloth and just as a symbol of the country and not a symbol of what the ideals and the country stands for. We have our own right now. There's our own Olympic team is in my opinion, shitting on our flag, and
per to our conversation the other day about people's rights to protest. And I mean, when they protest, they sort of acknowledge the sacrifices in a weird way, as what we're talking about the other day.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I if you're up for it, you have the time. That's one way of fixing it, is just go in there and say, "Hey, do you mind if I, square your flags away because they're just unsat?"
Or I just one night, just because I leave the flags up overnight, just jump the fucking fence and do it. I doubt they'd even fucking notice.
They leave them up overnight without a light that's dedicated to the flags and everything. They just it's pretty sad. Like a lot of schools will take them down. Like they send the kids out to do it, which is cool. There's raising all the flags of a morning and afternoon, which is cool. But this particular school, they don't really pay much attention to it. I think they just have the flags out there because it's seen to be the right thing to do. But if you're not going to, like you said, if you're not going to fly them properly, don't fly them at all. Right. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely going in like, "Hey, they're wrong. Can I change them for you?"
Yeah.
Can I put them in the correct order?
Yeah.
Why not?
It might be. Yeah, I'll give it a go. the only problem is like, if you get the wrong person, and if you like, if you come in there and you got like the principal or something, or if they think that's the right way, because obviously someone put them up in the first place, and if you challenge their, I guess, authority, I don't know, I feel like you get in trouble for, I don't know if you can, like walking into a school when you actually don't have kids there, and is it, I don't know, I don't have like a working with children's card, so I could get myself in trouble if I piss someone off. But I'm not going to walk in there and be like a arrogant asshole. But,
right. Does Australia have something that's the same as in the U.S.? We have the U.S. flag code, and it's part of the U.S. code. And there's actually, it's not law, but it's part of the United States code, and it lays out how you should properly display the American flag and all the different rules. If there is an Australian equivalent to that, is a published piece of material, you can walk in there with that and go, hey, here's, just for your information, especially being a school, you think that people that work at a school will be open to learning and teaching and
yeah, that's probably but then it is a Christian school, so they might be a bit, I don't know, but that's not really
just say Jesus would want the flag to be correct. Jesus would fix this shit right away.
He would.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, damn, Nick, this has been a pleasure. Like I said, we're going to definitely put together a package between Chuck, myself, Thomas, and Marco. We're all going to put our heads together, and I think we can each toss in a few things that screams Americana to us.
Fuck yeah.
And send that over.
Like, I'll be honest, like I was like talking to my girlfriend this morning, I was like, oh man, I'm fucking nervous, like, because I mean, you guys are just blokes that talk to each other. But in a sense, like I see you almost, and not to like blow wind up your ass, but almost like a celebrity, like not a celebrity, but like someone you fucking, because I listen to the podcast at work, with my headphones, and I was like, fuck, I'm nervous, but now this has been cool. So
yeah, we're just a bunch of knuckleheads that get together and shoot Definitely. The shit. So yeah,
that's cool, man. And like what you guys are doing, and yeah.
Right on. We appreciate listening and appreciate the support, and really appreciate the shit out of this package, especially the flag that we're gonna definitely pass around to. We're all gonna have a time of having it in our homes to honor. I gotta get a little shadow box together for it.
Definitely a shadow box to make it easier to transport.
Yep. Yeah, and then I'll put a couple Chair Force patches in there. It was an Air Force pilot, right, that had it? You said,
yeah,
the U.S. Air Force pilot.
Okay. Yeah, USAF. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. My mum's actually a reservist, and I told her that joke you said about the Throne Force.
Right.
She fucking lost her shit. It's fucking hilarious, man. Throne Force. That's awesome.
Yeah. Nah. All right, Nick. Well, thanks again. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking the time out of your Saturday morning, our Friday evening.
Yeah. That's all good.
I drove like an hour and a half to get here.
Oh shit! Fuck. Thanks for doing that, man. Appreciate
it. Real quick, before we do go, what kind of stuff do you think is cool? You're a listener, a fan. What kind of things do you think are cool that you would want to see in a package? And is, like, do you want police memorabilia, American memorabilia, Americana stuff? What kind of things would you if you came here to visit, would you want to go and collect?
Probably like the police stuff. That sounds cool. Like, cause I got a few, I guess police, yeah. And just, I think that's uniquely American, I guess that makes sense. Or uniquely how you said police. Like I've been collecting, how Marines wear their rank on their collar.
Right.
I've been collecting those off a couple of the Marines I've been chatting to here in Darwin, actually. So that's sort of like, because that's uniquely American. Like you guys have, I think you guys are the only ones that wear your ranks on your collars. I don't know, just.
Yeah, I mean, the Army did. Now they have a different, like their ACU uniform or whatever it's called. And their stuff's right here. And now a lot of the Navy dudes have been going to the patch right here. So you can like rip it off and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been out of the Marine Corps for like 10, 11 years. And when we were in, the Navy was still wearing their insignia on their collars, on their camis. So So yeah, I mean, now it could be different. I know a lot of them have gone to the removable patches.
Right.
It's easier.
You call them camis, just on that, calling them camis, like, because I was speaking to a couple of Marines on the base, and yeah, you guys call your camis, so fuck, we call them cams. And it sounds funny you call them camis because like jammies, like pajamas, yeah. Like jammies. I'm like, fuck you guys.
When they get worn out, they feel like pajamas.
Yeah, they're nice and comfortable, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah, man, like anything, like I'm grateful for anything. Like if you guys think of anything like that's American, like I'm sorry I didn't spend the money and give you guys like actual fucking notes because
I was just busting your balls for that one, man.
Yeah. No, I'm actually I'm a Dole apprentice now, so I've changed my trade up, and I was a bit strapped on cash that week. Otherwise, I would have sent you some fucking some real bills. But yeah, no.
No, we're grateful for this. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the time out of your Saturday morning to hang with us while we
it's
munch away on these snacks. I think we're gonna have a second serving after we get off with you.
No, that's all right. Cool.
All right, Nick. Well, thanks again, man. And again, thanks for listening, for the support, and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, definitely. You have my you have both of our Instagrams. And then you can follow us on our personal one, whatever. And if you want to reach out, direct message, email. And then if you want to get your dad on, let's get your dad on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And we'll send you some good stuff.
Yeah, sweet as. Well, yeah, thanks for that. And you guys take it easy and enjoy your night.
Yep. Cheers.
Appreciate it. Thanks.